Hello, here's Katherine Bihlmeier with a daily exercise 152. I bring to you a possibility of exercising, bringing you back to your true self with some ideas of a days that changes every day so you can have more peace, less stress with situations, and also getting out of illusions of a filtered mind, reporting how the situation looks like, which is very Hollywood filmy if you look from a different perspective. So, and for that, to have more ease and lightness in your daily, here is, and also of course reconnecting with your inner peace, inner truth, inner connection, God's connections. This is very helpful. For me, it's very helpful. And today we have exercise 152. The power of decision is my own. The power of choices is my own. No one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. It's a choice. No one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. No one can grieve, nor fear, nor think him sick unless these are the outcomes that he wants. And no one dies without his own constant. Nothing occurs but represents your wish, and nothing is committed that you choose. Here is your world, complete in all details. Here is its whole reality for you, and it is only here salvation is. You may believe that this position is extreme and too inclusive to be true. Yet can truth have exceptions? If you have a gift of everything, can loss be real? Can pain be part of peace or grief of joy? Can fear and sickness enter in a mind where love and perfect holiness abides? Truth must be all-inclusive, if it be the truth at all. Accept no opposites and no exceptions, for to do so is to contradict the truth entirely. Salvation is the recognition that the truth is true and nothing else is true. This you have heard before, but may not yet accept both parts of it. Without the first, the second has no meaning, but without the second is the first no longer true. Truth cannot have an opposite. This cannot be too often said and told about. For it is for if what is not true is true as well as what is true, then part of truth is false, and truth has lost its meaning. Nothing but the truth is true, and what is false is false. Oh my God. This is the simplest of distinctions, yet the most obscure. But not because it is a difficult distinction to perceive. It is concealed behind a vast area of choices that do not appear to be entirely your own. And thus the truth appears to have some aspects that believe consistency, but do not seem to be but contradictions introduced to you by you. As God created you, you must remain unchangeable, with transitory states by definition false, and that includes all shifts in feeling, alterance in conditions of the body and the mind, in all awareness and in all response. This is the all-inclusiveness which sets the truth apart from falsehood, and the false kept separate from the truth as what it is. Is it not strange that you believe to think you made the world you see is arrogance? God made it not. Of this you can be sure. What can he know of the ephemeral, the sinful, and the guilt? And the guilty, the afraid, the suffering and lonely, and the mind that lives within a body that must die? You but accuse himself of insanity to think he made a world where such things seems to have reality. He is not made. Yet only madness makes a world like this. To think that God made chaos, contradicts his will, invented opposites to truth, and suffers death to triumph over life. All this is arrogance. Humility would see at once these things are not of him. And can you see what God created not? To think you can is merely to believe you can perceive what God willed not to be, and what could be more arrogant than this. Let us today be truly humble and accept what we have made as what it is. The power of decision is our own. Decide but to accept your rightful place as co-creator of the universe, and all you think you made will disappear. What rises to awareness then will be all that there ever was, eternally as it is now, and it will take the place of self-deceptions made but to usurp the altar to the Father and the Son. Today we practice true humility, abandoning the false pretense by which the ego seeks to prove it arrogant. Only the ego can be arrogant, but truth is humble in acknowledging its mightiness, its changelessness, and its eternal wholeness, all-encompassing, God's perfect gift to his beloved Son. We lay aside the arrogance which says that we are sinners, guilty and afraid, ashamed of what we are, and lift our hearts in true humility instead to him who has created us immaculate, like to himself in power and in love. The power of decision is our own, and we accept of him that which we are, and humbly recognize the Son of God. To recognize God's Son implies as well that all self-concepts have been laid aside and recognized as false. The arrogance has been perceived, and humility the radiance of God's Son, his gentleness, his perfect sinlessness, his Father's love, his right to heaven and release from hell are joyously accepted as our own. Now do we join in glad acknowledgement that lies are false and only truth is true. We think of truth alone as we arise and spend 5 minutes practicing its ways, encouraging our frightened mind with this: the power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what my Father's will created me to be. Then will we wait in silence, giving up all self-deceptions as we humbly ask ourselves that he reveal himself to us. And he who never left will come again to our awareness, grateful to restore his home to God as it was meant to be. In patience, wait for him throughout the day, and hourly invite him with the words with which the day began, concluding it with the same invitation to yourself. God's voice will answer, for He speaks for you and for your Father. He will substitute the peace of God for all your frantic thoughts, the truth of God for self-deceptions, and God's Son for your illusions of yourself. So, listen to the voice of God, listen to it, listen into your heart. You will hear, you will sense, you will experience something, for sure. Keep on repeating the exercise and enjoy your day. Thank you for being part of our Miracle Heart family, and also for listening, and keep on doing those exercises so the world get more and more freed from illusions and lies. And I am ready to read your comments, so please comment if you have any questions to that. Then please just write it, subscribe and follow me, and enjoy the inspiration I have in the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Okay, bye for now. Ciao.